Alright, what we've got here is we've got our dough. We have it laid out in the traditional World Pizza Games layout. Italy, a little different. If you do have the option of laying the dough out, a good method is to make them all in one line if you've got the room, so that when you start working them, you can go straight down the line. But typically you won't. You're not going to run into that situation. But if it does, that's a great way to put them. Now, at the beginning, I'm going to run through my favorite method of doing this, and it's called stacking 5. And there's several different steps. The first step, the judge will count you down. It'll be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. If you're in Italy, it'll be in Italian. But when they say go, I like to always have a pile of flour up towards the top, or a pile of flour off to the sides or in the front, that I can just shove it across like a tidal wave over the dough, or bring it and just boom. All your dough is covered in flour in one instant shot. But I'm not going to do, so when they say 3, 2, 1, go, it's boom. You're pretty much done, but really just lay it out there. Just really just boom. Now you've got all your dough balls covered in flour. Lots and lots of flour is the way to go. You want to make sure you have this planned out in your head. The first step is you're going to smash each one of these down. You want to have a plan in your head. I'm going to do this dough, I'm going to do this dough, this dough, this dough, this dough, some kind of a pattern. I'm going to go boom, 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 and catch that one, like that. Or I'm going to go across like this one, catch that one again, something like that. So you know exactly, when they say go, you know where you're going. You're not going to have to go, well, maybe this one and maybe this one. This way, you know exactly where you're going. I'm going to clear off a little bit of this flour so you can see a little better, but like I've said, for lots of flour, lubricates the dough, makes it slide a lot easier, helps them keep from sticking together, and so forth. Now, we've got them all smashed down, and what I'm going to do next is I'm going to stack each one of these on top of each other. Now this will require, we've just smashed them all down, now I'm going to have to take another tidal wave of flour and cover all of them. I'm going to take, and this is the same, I'm going to take and stack them on top of each other, but you got to have a pattern down. So you just grab them without thinking, and you got to stack. All right. Now we've stacked all 5 of them. Some people prefer to do a 3 and 2 method. There is also, you can do 1 at a time, but that is I'm not even going to touch on that. It's one of the worst methods. You stack 3 and 2 or all 5. All 5 is the one that I prefer. It does require a little bit more upper body strength than you would for the other ones, so keep that in mind. This also, when you do 3 and 2, or I'm sorry, when you do 5 at a time, you run the risk of causing the small bottom one and the top one to be odd shaped. It's important as you smash them down, you bear that in mind. And we'll put another coat of flour on there, and we'll smash all 5 of them down again. And you see I've got the top one small. It will always be a little smaller. There's not a whole lot you can do about it, except when you are smashing down, you want to go more towards the outside to push that out. You can see right now I'm getting it stretched out a little bit further, closer to the outside. Now, we've got all of those stretched out. We're going to flip the dough over. There again, you see I've got a small one on the top. That's fine. We've smashed them all down. We flip them over. That outer shell will slide easier on the table. We're going to nail this with another mound of flour. We're going to dig our fingers into that outside. Just stretch these until you get them to about 75% of the size you need. Once you've gotten to that point, you want to pick them up, and you're going to slap them and then put them on the table. you'll see that there's quite a few different steps. First we do this step, then we do this step, this step, this step. And the one thing to keep in mind, every time you take 5 seconds, 2 seconds, that you're not actually working the dough, this dough relaxes and it allows it to be stretched further when you handle it the next time. Now that will follow every single procedure, every different step you go. Every time you let that dough sit for a minute, it relaxes and makes it easier to stretch.